What's up, what's up, what's up, everybody? We're here for the Martine Show, and tonight we're going to have Miss Kimberly that's going to be with us, Kimberly Tetterton, who will be with us in attendance. Yes, she's already here. Very excited to have Miss Kimberly Tetterton today. And of course, this is the continuation for us to actually celebrate Women's Month. So Miss Kimberly A. Tetron is going to be one of them. Hello, beauty.
Hello, hello. I'm trying to figure out why is it dark? Okay.
You have lighting around you.
Yeah.
The lighting maybe not be as bright or,
Okay.
the
We
thing.
can we can work on that. Interesting. Well, you see me.
Yeah. How are you? How is
Kimberly.
everything?
I'm literally jumping around supporting other Achi sisters. Some others had some book launches today, so I was on that and quickly jumped on with you.
Okay. So without further ado, because I know your time is limited, we're gonna start with you introducing yourself, and then we'll take it from there.
Well, you said this was going to be a little, girl chat, so I won't go too formal. But my name is Kimberly Tetterton. Personally, in daytime, I am a software conversion engineer. I've been a programmer for over 25 years. I love problem solving and creating things that other people will use. Obviously, you can tell that, I'm a giver. So when I create something with my hands, either as a hobby or with software, I love it. I love it. That's why I'm in the public safety industry, because anything that I do will affect not just my local community, but many others' local communities. I am also executive director of Achi Women Supporting Women Incorporated. We'll talk a little bit more about that, but that is a women supporting women organization with oh my God, women from up and down the East Coast, 12 different states, I believe. It keeps going up. But I am head of that. And other than that, I am a big sister, auntie, the best auntie ever. Okay. And also a mother, also a daughter, big sister, and an auntie. I don't have any kids. I'm married, so that is my life. Other than that,
Okay.
yes,
Awesome. So basically, I really didn't get the fact that you were actually in software engineering for all this time. That is
yeah.
good to
So
know.
I just said that to my manager today. They that a friend has known me for a long time. She know I work in technologies, and she saw my bio where it said, I've been a programmer for 25 years. I started with COBOL, straight out of
Hmm.
college. So, and that was the language that I got my degree on at University of North Carolina at Greensboro. And so when she read that, she was like, "You are smart." And I'm like, okay, should I take that as a compliment or insult or what? And she was like, no, I knew you were smart, but you're smart, And I guess they never realized that, yeah, I do have that gift and those skills of programming, programming languages. I've been coding since college, so yeah,
Wow.
I'm a software programmer, all of that.
Wow. I am
Yep.
so happy to know this.
Yeah. That's
What?
good. That's my day job. That's my day job.
And to be a woman in that field, that is
Yeah.
big.
True. That's the thing. And oh my God, I just said this. I just started a new job, and that was one of the things that I told them I love when I met the team was that there were other women on the programming team, and there I have been in almost every team and every employer. I have been the only female
Wow.
on the team.
Yes.
And so, of course, there's intimidation, not only because I am a woman, but then also a Black woman.
Yes.
So they are expecting, you know, Medea, or they expecting the angry Black woman. And the thing is that they couldn't really feel me out because I remained calm. I was very professional. I mean, I was top of in my game, and that probably threw them off. They didn't know what to do with me because that's not what they expected. That's not what they expected. Now, that might be the reason why I didn't get promoted sometimes. You know,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you know, we don't. I mean, think about Hillary Clinton. You know, she ran last year, against Trump. I know she didn't win because she was a woman. Even if she
Mm-hmm.
was qualified,
It's a
they
fact.
just couldn't see a woman in a
In the
leadership
position.
position. Yeah,
Absolutely.
and I really felt that. I know it wasn't a race because I saw other races in management, but they were males,
Mm-hmm.
not females. So
Right.
I already got two, crosses on my back, but that's okay. I did an interview. I can't with Dr. Jennifer, but don't put me in a box, because if you try to put me in a box, I'm busting out, and literally, peace, I'm out.
I hear you. I hear you, and I love it. Oh my goodness. This is such a blessing. Wasn't there a movie? There was a movie about women and coding with mathematics that came out a couple of
Hidden
years ago.
figures, hidden
Yes.
figures.
So
Now,
you're
now
one of
I'm gonna tell
those.
you. Now, there's a difference. Now, I'm like that, but that was more of the computer science
Yes.
level. I went to school for computer science, and when I
Hmm.
had to take that first couple of math classes, I was like, "Oh no, this is too much math." So I
Hmm.
changed it to information systems and operation management, which is more of the programming, coding side. But yeah, Hidden Figures was definitely, oh yeah, I remember that. The old, you put in a piece of paper type of thing, old machines. There wasn't the typing and programming, the punch cards.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the fact that
Wow.
they were women, because you notice there wasn't any women in that whole team. So not
Hmm.
only was she the only woman, but she was also Black too. So she
Wow.
had those two. She had those two X's on her back already, and for her to do what she did, yeah, that was great.
Wow. Wow. Just to know that you're in that field is just exciting to me already. And I didn't know that part about you. That's amazing.
Yeah, yeah,
Congratulations on that.
yes,
And like I said, that's a field that many women do not dominate. Women do not dominate. Women of color do not dominate it either.
yeah.
So therefore, to have you there, that's amazing. That's phenomenal, as a matter of fact.
Last year, because of COVID, I attended a lot of conferences, and one of the conferences was Black Enterprise Women in Tech. And to see CEOs, CFOs, in technology, cybersecurity directors, and see women in high levels in those technology industry, I was so inspired. I actually thought about changing and doing cybersecurity or doing stuff, just watching them, and like little girls watching Kamala now. They're looking like, oh my God, I see someone like me. So that means I could do that. I could be that. And
Mhm.
I'm 46 and felt that way watching them.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's great to be in this field, and I love the fact I'm in public safety, working with law enforcement, 911 centers,
Hmm.
EMS, law enforcement. So yeah, I love it. I love
That's
it.
awesome. That's really awesome. And the thing about it is that cybersecurity, adding cybersecurity to what you already know would be an
Hmm.
upgrade. It's a plus anyway.
Yeah, yeah. And it's like I had my own idea of what I'm going to turn the room light on, if that's okay, real
Sure,
quick. Okay.
sure.
I don't know if that make a difference or not. But anyway,
It does.
um, so you have your idea of cybersecurity, but when they explained it and explained their job, I was like, oh my God, that I already worked with law enforcement, investigating. And when I found that out, I was like, wow. And that's job security,
Yes.
because there's always going to be the internet. There's always going to be the web. And there's always people out there trying to hack or do something like that. So I seriously thought about pursuing that career and changing my career because of listening to these women. Yeah.
That's really nice. I love it. And you know what? With the whole work from home movement, cybersecurity, all that within
Yeah.
safety is necessary. You know, it's so
Yeah.
necessary at this point.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of scams going on all over the place, whether it be computer,
Hmm.
whether it be telecommunications, everywhere. I mean, you get these text messages coming out of anywhere. I mean, the fact that I've been working from home, it's been something that I've noticed that the phone would ring and they're looking for all the senior citizens. You know, they'll always call my mom, oh, this is Medicare when it's not.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's just constant nonsense happening. And I don't know if it's because everything is so wide open, everything is so broad, and people are
Yeah.
just testing the waters. I don't know what it is with the industry, but it's really crazy.
What it is everyone likes a challenge. And
Hmm.
so they like to go in and see if they can break the mold. If they can
Hmm.
go in, oh, we got, companies, oh, we got the top security. I mean, you hear about banks,
Yes.
that you would think have the tightest, security ever, would get hacked. And I think that's more of what it is. They don't want the money. They just want to say, hey, I got through something that you said couldn't be broken.
Hmm.
And I really think that's what it is. Some people just get a high off of that, just like other people get highs off of other things for other reasons. But
Hmm.
that's just what theirs is it's a challenge, and they are ready to say, ha ha, I found the way to get in when you said
Right.
it wasn't a way. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, just like right now, social media altogether, you know, they've been trying to tap into a lot of different accounts and duplicating accounts, and then they're tapping into the, what is it, the monetary transaction thing, PayPal, Cash
Mm-hmm.
App, and
Mm-hmm.
all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
Yeah.
just like, I'm like, why?
Yeah.
You have
Yeah.
nothing better to do. Why?
Yeah. And now I'm getting text messages from emails with just garbage
Yes,
now.
I got one
So
today. It was a text message that stated that they took out $499 out of my PayPal. It wasn't true, but you know what I did? I have another phone, so I called the number through the other
yeah.
phone, and I was
Yeah.
just like, "Listen, who are you?" I was like, "Are you
Yeah.
a scammer? Because if that's the case, I could report you right now."
Right.
Okay,
Right.
I
I,
know exactly
I
where to
actually said
report you to
today,
investigate it.
yeah, I actually said today I'm gonna start answering the phone calls and like just go off or start cussing or something. And I'll be like, yeah, they'll
I
take my
have,
number off.
and they've stopped. They've diminished. Not only they've diminished, they've gotten scared. Okay. Because I have detectives in my household. I was like, the detective's right here.
Yeah.
You want to speak to him?
Right. Right.
They're like,
So
I'm
yeah.
like, yeah, we're gonna
Yeah.
report you to the FBI. Yeah, I
Oh,
will.
many times, many times,
Okay,
many times. So
I will
sometimes
because
you
I
got to flip
can.
it back. You got to flip it back on them. They would.
Yeah,
That's how you get on the do not call list, by
yes,
answering the call and just going off, or my dad even was like, well, what's your social security number? Do you have your number? They start questioning
Yes,
them, and
yes.
that's when they was like, oh, well, I have the wrong number.
Um,
But they won't call you back.
yep. Recently, they actually tried to hack my mother's computer.
Oh no.
Yeah, they really did. While she was utilizing it, all of a sudden there was a screen that came off, and they made it look like it was like actually from Microsoft, where you had to call this number, and it was blinking and making this noise like an alarm. And
Mm,
when you call that number, then they're asking you so many mundane questions. It's like, listen, can you fix this? Like, are you really part of the company? Then we came to realize that it was not the actual company, you know, it was actually something that they did. So all of a sudden, because we went ballistic,
right.
why, as soon as we said we're reporting this, we got everything online, and then we saw everything come back to normal. As soon as we
Yep.
hung up, everything
Yep.
came back to normal. No issue
That's what you
whatsoever.
do. Threaten them, because and they know they can be tracked. I tell people, I think one of our Achi sisters mentioned some a customer service, a manager sent her a nasty email or something, and I said report
Yes.
it, because they can find out who, what, when, where. Is so nothing's private. So report them. Don't fight with them. Don't give them that attention. Report them, because if they're
Mhm.
doing it to you, they're doing it to someone else. So why don't you not only stop them doing it to you, but just stop them, period, of doing it to so many people. And there are vulnerable people out here that will fall for a lot of things,
Yeah.
especially right now. You mention anything about you got money or you won money, they're gonna go for it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they're feeding off of people vulnerabilities, which is not right, especially the elderly.
Mm.
Especially the
I,
elderly.
I just keep saying to myself, I'm glad that I've been working from home for about a year to be able to
Mm-hmm.
just monitor that part of things,
Yeah,
whereas I don't have to worry or have my mom be fooled about anything like that, because it could get out of hand.
yeah,
It really could get out of hand, and it's very scary also. At first, at the
yes,
beginning, we were taking it seriously in terms of thinking like it was like a real call. Then we're like, no, it's not. So we have a way of dealing with it where it doesn't frustrate us anymore. But before,
mm-hmm.
from the beginning of 2020, I was just like, what the heck is this all about? Like, do I have to
Right.
answer the phone every time it rings? you know?
Right. And then on Facebook, social media, they pop up with your friend's name. So now you like,
Yeah.
is this my friend or not? So you just got to have your guard up at all times. And if it's an
Mhm.
emergency, or if it's something from a company, just like you did from another phone, call the company. Don't ever click any
Mhm.
links. And if it's in your
Mhm.
gut that something doesn't feel right, it doesn't feel right. So stick to your
That's right.
guts, that
That's
instinct.
right.
And you could save yourself thousands of dollars by sticking to your instinct and taking the phone, or going to, like you said, they'll say my Apple ID is inactive. I don't even have an iPhone. So, like,
Yeah.
really?
My mother had the
And I
same
do
thing. I
have
was like, oh, you don't have
PayPal.
Apple.
Right.
Yeah.
Now I do have PayPal, and they'll say your PayPal account is inactive. Okay, yeah. I'll go somewhere else and log into the actual website myself separately. So never trust, those things. They're trying to put fear in you, and again, to feed off your vulnerabilities, and don't allow yourself to be a victim of that. Just
hmm
don't. Yep.
I totally agree. And thank you so much for the advice. I really appreciate it. I know it's going to help so many other people, because
Yes.
this is an issue that's been ongoing all over the place, pretty much.
Yeah.
Everybody
It's
is
worse
pretty much,
now.
yeah, in the same predicament. But
Yeah.
without further ado, I want to go in and talk about Archie, of course,
Of
your
course.
baby Archie. Okay, since we want to highlight women empowerment, I mean, this is so perfect to have you on Women's Month. It was funny how you were supposed to come last month and things didn't happen, but when we switched it up, I'm like, it's gonna be even better, okay? Because it's Women's Month, and we have to
Hey,
be included.
divine, divine, for
What?
real, divine.
Oh, so divine. So I want to talk about your position in terms of Achi, what you do, and how are you serving for women representing Achi?
Um, how am I serving? So let me give you a little personal history. Look, long story short,
Let's go, girl.
actually it's only been like, I think it's been 6 years actually, which is crazy. Um, but I was a nominee, just like you was. I was a nominee. And I had not heard of Archie. Somebody is in my inbox, and you already know how I am. I just told you how my guard is up, and I'm like, who's this? Um, and so, long story short, I start seeing other people that I knew, or just starting to see more. And I saw the red letters come out and all, and I'm like, okay, maybe this is legit, but I ain't got my red letter yet. So when I got my red letter in the mail, I was like, oh, okay, this must be legit. It's like, I don't know. Oh, okay, okay,
Yes.
okay. Um, yeah, like, when people tell me that, I'm like, baby, I was there with you. Somebody was in my inbox, and like,
Wow.
who, ACH, what? Like, what?
Yeah.
And then let me just tell you that it was divine, because you never know who's watching you. I don't know who nominated me, if anyone nominated me, or did somebody come across me. I don't know, but the fact that someone obviously noticed me, and that year, which was 2016, I ended up winning Woman of Inspiration Award in
Mm.
Raleigh, Durham, North Carolina. Also, make a long story short, I was invited to be the president of the chapter of Raleigh, Durham, North Carolina. So I was that. I believe the next year, within a year, I was um, promoted to district director. District director, so that means I was over multiple chapters, mostly in the North Carolina and South Carolina area. And then since then, I became regional, which means that I'm over multiple districts, which means that I'm from, the top coast to the East Coast. I was that for a while, and now I am executive director. And I'll tell you this, because I'm doing the business of executive director. I've been doing the business of an executive director, um, but didn't have, the titles doesn't mean anything. And I've
Mhm.
I've been, you see me a lot, communicating and talking and supporting, but lately I've been doing a whole lot of administrative things. We're getting into grants, we're getting into big corporate. I'm on doing things with the magazine, I'm doing things with the tour. The tour came from 6 cities to 12 city tour, so now I'm working on the corporate level, if you want to say. But I will tell you this, is that of course, as my grandmother that just passed away, she would always say, may the work you've done speak for you. And I just did what I did. The way that you're able to promote or elevate is if you create a good foundation. I
Mhm.
couldn't have been promoted to district director if I didn't set a good foundation at the chapter level for someone to take my position and to keep it going. And still today, it has. I just had a meeting with them, and I can't believe, like, y'all are still going. Whoever was the vice president at the time is now, she went to president. Now she's district director. So that foundation was built. And also, not to toot my own horn, but being a leader that I am, I don't do this by myself. At the
Mhm.
same time, I'm teaching, and as I don't know if Taisha is watching, but I'll hold your hand, or I'll walk beside you, and I'm gonna get you to the end of the cliff, and I'm gonna leave you there.
Yeah.
So I may push you, or I may say, "Go, girl," or whatever. And she was like, "You just left me there." But that's the thing, be a model, be an example for them to follow, but they still got to be able to do it on their own.
Mm-hmm.
So that is my journey from a nominee, not knowing anything about Archie, and then being promoted as far as role into the organization. But that was my calling anyway, Martine.
Yes.
I didn't
Yes.
realize it, but then I didn't. But think about it. I won Woman of Inspiration. And
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize that I was a woman of inspiration, and I had been. Like I said, I'm a big sis. So my sister is 10 years younger than me, and we just joked about this. She wrote a letter to me and told me how much I inspired her and how she wanted to do things and be like me. And she went to school for information systems and all of that, just like me. And so I'm just being me. I'm just being that example. I'm not asking people to follow, but I'm being that example that people are watching, and it's being inspired. And that's just what I do. So to have Archie Women Supporting Women as a platform that I can not only inspire, support, hug, give a shoulder to, just not a woman here in Greensboro, North Carolina, but you in New York,
Mm-hmm.
ladies in Florida, ladies in Alabama, like, wow, So that's why I love what I do. It's not a job, it's what I do. That's my calling, for women and young girls. I'm an auntie. Like, everybody wants me to be their auntie. Even
Yes.
even
Yes.
adults want me to be want me to be
You know,
their
you,
auntie.
you give off that feeling from that first hug. It's a wrap. Okay.
And
You
that's what
really
everybody
did.
said.
I'll never forget that hug.
And it's crazy that I didn't grow up hugging people, and I don't get in my personal space. And I'm telling
Yeah.
you, that's
But
something I
Archie will
must have been
change you,
delivered
girl.
from. Right, I must have been delivered from that, or God gave me some type of anointing or something. But everyone says that,
Yes.
and it's some people it's a touch of the hand, but maybe
Mhm.
it's just not me touch. Well, it could be the touch, and then they say I'm warm too. So I
Yes.
think that's what it is. Y'all hugging a big old teddy bear. Y'all ain't thinking about me. Y'all like, oh, my
No,
teddy
that's a
bear.
special touch. That is a special touch for sure. And
But yeah,
what one thing I love about the whole Archie organization, is there's a feeling to it. It's not just a women's
you can't
organization.
explain it. You can't
You know,
explain it.
it is separate and distinct. It is special. It draws you in. And when you're in, you automatically become part of a family, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And it remains that way, whether you're constantly in contact every day with someone within Archie or not, but you're part of something huge. And that was
Yeah.
from my first point of contact, when I went to the conference. That's what I encountered. You're just kind of sucked in a positive way. And then
That's
to
what I
be
usually
nominated.
say. That's what I usually say at the nominee luncheons. Once the tour over, we're not breaking up with you. Okay? We're connect and stay, we're
Mhm.
going to keep that sisterhood going. And yes,
Yes.
becoming a member is a way for you to, keep that going. But even if you're not a member, there's some women that just affect you differently than others.
Mhm.
and things that's common. I'll speak of I'm just calling names here, but Uchina Lewis in Maryland, you was in award show, right? The Maryland one. So Uchina, it's just her classes.
Yes, I was at the
She's not a
Maryland
member.
one.
Yeah, she's not a member. I go to her classes, support, and personally, getting things from the events and things that she would have. She does a lot of women's conferences, obviously, that's my thing. And then she just joined as a member. But you see what I'm saying? Like, I still had that connection with people. And the membership, I just told someone that asked me about that. The membership, yes, you get paid benefits. You get the magazine, you get the monthly webinars, the discounts, the things. But the relationship about, between a sister and all of the sisters, there's no price on it. I mean, if you remember, you interviewed for a position and it ended up being a one-on-one, and we both was crying. And I don't even think we talked about the position, So it's that type of, when I say, everybody say, oh, that's my sister. No, when we say sister, it's really a unbiological sister, for real. And it's genuine. I pray for you. You call me, someone, I get notices of someone being sick, pray for me, or I'm having a breakdown, call me, we're that type of sisterhood. I say we're not a sorority, and I'm not saying that sororities don't have that sisterhood, but like you said, it's genuine, and it's just built on a whole different type of foundation that no other organization is built on. I just have to say it like that. It's divine.
It is very divine. I still have the card from Achi that you guys sent me where when I lost 2 members of my family at the beginning of 2020. That is totally unforgettable. And I was not even thinking about anything like that. I went to my mailbox and I was just like, oh, I thought it was an announcement or something. You guys are doing something. You sent it to me, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I broke down. Like,
yeah. And I just said that the other day. Sometimes, we so digital now, but I get alerts a lot about people call me and let me know that someone passed away or sick, and I don't know. Just some people, it would just lay heavy on me or heavier on me. And, you want to get there to them. And this COVID just really messed me up because I kept getting so many, calls about death. And even one of our members passed away, I believe, a year and a half ago. We've had 2 members that pass away. And it just hits you a different way. And I just told someone, sometimes, we got to get back to the written letters, the handwritten letters and the physical greeting cards, and not just sending, an email, or not just posting. And I hate that, condolences to you, or condolences, it's just one little condolences. And that's nothing wrong with that. But I'm going to call you personally and say, Martine, is there anything you need? I'm here, and if I can't do that, the card. And that's the card just represented from all of us.
Right.
That's just what we are. That's what we do. Yeah.
And it's so meaningful. Very, very meaningful.
It makes a difference.
It does. I want to take the time to acknowledge everybody who's in the chat. Thank you so much for supporting Kim on her interview, and thank you for supporting the Martine Show. Really appreciate your presence. And the thing with Achi that I realize, and what has me stuck on it so much, is that there is a sense of healing when it comes to the organization. You feel it, you experience it, you sense it. Like, even being part of the any of the conferences you have, whether it now we do virtual, but before in person, no matter what, is there's a big sense of healing. You guys have a mechanism that helps people find themselves, who they are, what they have to offer. And if somebody comes to Achi, whether they're a member or not, they just step into the realm of Achi, trust and believe that they have stepped into the realm to connect to their divine purpose. Because that's what happens. It happens
What I think it
automatically.
is, what I think it is, and it starts at the nominee luncheon, and I can speak from my experience. Um, it's a safe place. That's number one. It's a safe place. You can cry. You can talk about the abuse that you had. I mean, not you, but I'm just saying, it's a safe
Mm-hmm.
place that you can discuss things that you probably never even said to anyone. And in those nominee luncheons, in a room of 100 women, just being in that atmosphere, it has given women the strength to speak out things that they have not healed from, or they have healed and give a testimony, or some things they have never told anyone ever. And it's because they feel safe. I always say, whenever we do webinars and we talk about serious issues or anything, I always tell my speakers, safe. I want them to feel safe, that you can open up and say what you feel. And another thing, Martine, is that you will find in Achi that you're not alone. And I won't say that you're not alone if somebody physically is there with you, but you're going to find out that there's someone else that has been through what you've been through. And then when I see this woman tell me that she went through depression, and I'm seeing her with her nails done and her hair and she's smiling, you got to be feeling like, oh my God, I could be healed and do that. We've heard domestic violence. Hey Siobhan, we've been on domestic violence, homeless. I mean, one lady gave a testimony. She was like, just 2 days ago, I was in a car, but she did not look like that. Then another person would tell their story to encourage her that that's where they've been. And it just like a domino effect. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why I really believe it is that way, Martine, because it's a safe place for
Mm-hmm.
women. And when you said that about they can be themselves, it came to me that we're not a mirror. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? We're not a mirror saying, okay, you see who you are, you see what you are, but we are more behind you as you're looking in the mirror and saying, girl, it's okay. Girl,
Mm-hmm.
it's okay to cry. Girl, it's okay if you came from a family of this. Girl, it's okay if you have, been abused. It's okay. We
Mm-hmm.
coming from the back and giving you that support and holding you up. That's what it is. As I'm thinking about it, that's the difference. That's
Yeah.
the difference. I'm not in front of you. I'm not leaving you behind. I'm going to be beside you, or I'm going to be behind you.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember who does it, but they have a trust thing, and if you fall back, you're supposed to trust the person behind you to
Oh,
catch you.
yes, to fall back to catch you. Yes. I
Yeah,
did an
yeah,
exercise like that in self-development
yeah.
class. Yeah.
And I believe people come there like that, and they leave falling, knowing that somebody got them. Somebody got
Yes.
them. So that's, I mean, I won't take the credit, even though Dr. Fletcher is the founder. I even told her, I said, it's not even about you. Sorry. You the founding
Mm-hmm.
visionary. Ain't even
Yes.
about you. It's actually God divine. I'm not gonna get up here and preach and be all religious, but it's divine.
It
The
is very
right people
divine.
at the right time, with the right people at the right time, doing the right things. Point blank.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Miss Chavanette is saying Miss Kim is amazing.
Siobhan,
She displays the heart of sisterhood when the leaders support you. Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean,
yeah.
I remember when I went, it's so unforgettable to me. I went and I'm gonna be honest about it. When I got there at the women's luncheon, there was a time in my life where I was bruised. My heart was
Mm-hmm.
broken, confused, but I went basically and I held all the pieces together, if
Mm-hmm.
you understand me.
Mm-hmm.
And when I got there, like you were saying, I realized that, okay, it's okay to be in this crowd, in this space right here with
Mm-hmm.
these people, these women.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Mm-hmm.
okay, you know? And once I got that, and then I had to speak and everything, and I'm like, wow, that's all I kept saying to myself. It's okay. It's okay. And it's
And
been
I'm
that
gonna be
way.
okay. And
Yeah,
I'm gonna be okay.
it has been that way ever since, and it continues to be that way. And I've seen my growth, my devotion from the time that I stepped foot into Achi until today. I mean,
I see it
seriously,
too.
you guys have
Yeah.
done some serious work on me, you know?
Look, we just plant the seed. We just plant the seed, which basically
Oh
is
my God.
recognizing the women that needs to be recognized, that is hardworking, doing their thing, and nobody has shown them appreciation. No one has said, "You go, girl," or just recognize them, and that's putting a seed in you. And it's up to y'all to put the water on it and make it grow. I bring up Siobhan. I mean, Siobhan, she was just at Real Talk Kim Church, okay, Kim
Okay.
Jones Church, and she's about to
Awesome.
fly to Texas and somewhere else, okay? And this is a
Awesome.
girl that didn't even want to get on the mic and even speak. I have
Yes.
seen, and I think it comes from the inner strength, but it comes from being around other strong women that is doing it. And you like, I can do it too. I mean, me doing this is from me seeing other, Achi sisters doing it. And I can't be a leader and say, oh, no, I don't want to be up front.
Yeah.
I can't do that. I
Let me
gotta do
tell
that.
you.
People, like they keep saying, people need me. People
Mm-hmm.
got to see and hear my story. So, Kim, you just gonna have to do it.
I mean, before Achi, I was at a point where I did the bare minimum because, yeah, I was already an award-winning author. And,
Mm-hmm.
I did what I needed to do, but I really did not have um, suitable and enough uh, criteria, like information on me that was across on social media, like videos and all that stuff. I didn't have
Yeah.
that. And at the height of 2020, Spirit was just like really clear, like you need to do
Mm-hmm.
this, like you need to
This
step
is
out
your
of your
time.
comfort zone.
This
Yeah,
is the time to do it. This is the time. Everyone's online. Everyone is Instagram, and Instagram Live is a thing now. And how many followers do you have?
yeah. I'm on quite a few platforms, and
Yeah.
like I said,
Yeah.
I feel like it all happened overnight, to tell the truth, within this 1 year transformation. But I truly could not have done it without guidance and support from Achi. Seriously.
Yeah.
Like you guys are my stepping stone, you
We
know?
push you. We push
Yeah.
you.
And
You
and
can
like you
do that.
said, the push was not like, come on, Martine, we're waiting on you. Go, go. No, it wasn't like
Mm-hmm.
that. It's
Mm-hmm.
transformative.
Mm-hmm.
It
It's,
happened.
it's it's a pat on the back.
Yeah.
It's me showing up, and somebody said that presence ministry. That's one way about I minister is by showing up. Like I said, I was just on a launch, book launch, Dr. Jennifer, and there was a couple other Achi sisters in that book, and just me showing up. I wasn't there for the whole time, but just showing up, being in that front row, virtually. And many people say just seeing somebody out there that is out there, that you're familiar with, and they got you. That's just like a child looking out this big audience, and out of this big audience, they're going to find their mom and dad.
Mm-hmm.
And when they see their mom and dad, they're like, oh, I can do this, I can do that. That's the support and push that I like to give the Achi sisters, patting them on the back, celebrating with them, supporting them. That's how you do it. And I really see that it does make, I've seen the growth. Like I said, I've been with Achi 6 years. I've seen the growth. It was a lot. I can't keep up with y'all. All these books, like last year was like an assembly line. I mean, I'm like, how many more books y'all gonna bring out? So it's like so much was in y'all. Y'all was pregnant with so much, so many businesses. I already spoke into your life and told you going on a radio show. So you might as well go ahead and get the whole, headphones and all of that, the long antenna, do the whole Mrs. Wendy Williams thing. You want to be in the studio. I already spoke that to you. I already spoke that. So look, you got to bring me on, because I spoke that into your life. But I'm just saying, it's just that so many people were birthed. I mean, they were pregnant with so many things, and they was just afraid. They was afraid to push.
Yeah.
And in 2021, some people had no other choice but to push, because it was overdue. And then others was like, this is my time. This is my time. So let me go do it. And just look at all of this. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. I love it. It gives me joy, to see it. I'm honored for you to invite me, but I'm more honored when I watch and see you interviewing someone else. Seeing that smile.
I realize
and I'm
that.
like,
I realize that. Yeah.
No, Martine, let me come in, girl. Yes.
I noticed. And thank you so much for your support. I always appreciate it. I so noticed that. It's amazing. I mean, you have no idea how much of a difference that has made in my life. Like, it's incredibly amazing. I mean, for the people who are watching, basically, if anyone wants to get more information referencing Achi, I will have Miss Kimberly's Tetterton's link for Instagram connected, so you will be able to contact her, where you could get some information on the women's organization. It's all about women leadership, women empowerment, and we're here to serve. We serve each other, help each other grow. It's all about growth and expansion. And we have the executive director who has gone from the low all the way up to the high, serving us.
Well, when they go low, we go high. Okay, so we go find other women. We go find other women, other nominees, and we bring them up with us. I'm telling you, this tour coming up this year, it's because we overdue already.
Yes, I know.
We didn't have one last year.
And as a communications manager, I've been actually really pumping nominations.
It's gonna be big. It's gonna be big because
I pump nominations.
Think about all the women. I know, just me, all the women of the conferences I've attended in the last year that I've met. The people that you've interviewed. So this definitely, this is gonna be huge. I just feel like we're gonna be extended in even more areas for sure, and keep doing the ones in New York, because I'm telling her, we got to go to New York. We got to go to New York. Yes.
For sure. Yes. And the thing about it, I see Achi really going international big time.
Oh, yeah. I already see that. We're doing a mission trip to Jamaica. We're doing a mission trip to Jamaica at the Children's School of Deaf. We didn't go last year because of COVID. We're not going to go this year because we're not sure when everyone will be, vaccinated. But I just I've been on different conferences with other women from South Africa, Nigeria, and I said that this past couple months, because you don't have to physically be, in a certain area or chapter to be a member. We are
Yeah,
national, and yes, we will be global. I accept that. I accept that, Martine.
that's for sure.
Yeah. Yes.
Awesome. In the chat room, we have German guy that says, "Love this, even though I'm a guy." Thank you so much for your support. You do
Well,
have.
there's men supporting men. We have acknowledged the men supporting men. What you can do is nominate, your wife, your mom. We have young entrepreneurs or young adults. Nominate them, and then you can come all jazzed up, in your tuxedo because it's formal, and you can be there to support the woman.
The
Okay, so
women.
yeah, we got something for you too.
Because sooner or later the men gonna be like, "Oh, is they gonna have like one for the men?" Because this is
Right,
so
right,
fun.
right. Now I have to disappoint you. I have to disappoint you. We won't, because that has been a question that has been asked to Dr. Fletcher. And again, she has been called. She would tell you my calling is women. She is the
Mm,
oldest sister of three other sisters. That's all she know.
mhm,
It's
mhm.
women, how to deal with women, how to encourage women. So sorry, I can refer you to some, but you can show up and support the women that are there being nominated in your local community. So definitely go there and nominate some women that you know. That's how you can do that. You can support the men supporting the women. Yes, we can do that.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Right. The men do actually support the women a lot. I mean, I
they do.
remember,
I recognize them every time I get on the
yeah,
stage.
they
I
do.
recognize them because they step out. They treat their queens. They're coming in dressed in, and they
We
treat
only
them like
experience
queens.
kings coming out,
Yes,
with their queens, and it's
yes,
beautiful to see.
it's
You
beautiful.
know,
Helping them on the stage when they get their
yes,
trophy. I'm telling you, I love it. I love it. I always give the men a shout out for coming and supporting the women. I really do. It's powerful.
and you could feel like the ambiance where they feel so proud. Like,
Yeah.
I will never forget Yoshina's husband.
Yeah.
When she won, oh my goodness, it was
The loudest one.
spectacular. Yeah,
The
it was
loudest one.
spectacular. You know, I loved it, and I never
Yes.
forgot that moment. It was
Yes.
amazing.
And that's
You
what you're
knew who he
supposed to
was by
do.
that time.
That's what you're supposed to do. And let me tell you, after so much, and we've lost so many people this
Mhm.
past year, yes, you talk about we're gonna celebrate. We're gonna
Yes,
celebrate. We're gonna celebrate that one, we still here and we
yes.
still doing what we was doing. We're not lacking anything,
Mhm.
and we're still pushing and still moving, and moving even more than we was than two
Mhm.
years ago. So,
That's
you
true.
may be nominated for the fourth time, but in a different category that you've never been nominated in. There's
Absolutely.
no limit. So I'm ready for it.
hmm And I love the fact that there is a space for everybody. There really is.
Yes.
Every category. It's very detailed,
Mm-hmm.
and I enjoy that. Everybody has their separate, distinct category that
Mm-hmm.
identifies their talent,
Mm-hmm.
who they are and what they offer, which is brilliance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We have I believe it's 35 categories. Yeah, you
hmm
may think you're not important because you do nails or
hmm
because you're a hairstylist. That's a category, because
hmm
I know from some hairstylists and nail, that's a ministry,
Yeah.
because while you're in their chair, you talking, same thing in barbershops, you're talking. So yeah, we recognize not only their creativity and their craft, but the impact that they have on the people that come into their business. So yeah, we have over 35 categories. When you say detail, armed forces, women of inspiration, comedian. We added comedian last year because they was like, we need that category.
Mhm.
Hairstylist, fashion, model of the year, author. What did you win? Um, what did you win?
Um, I won a community leader.
Okay, community leader. Okay, and
Mhm.
was you nominated for author too?
I was nominated for author, orator, community
Orator.
leader.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I can't, yeah, over 35 categories. We also do legends. So someone that has made a very big impact over the community in that area. We do that. Woman of the Year. So everybody is put into that. And then the number one best award ever is the last award, and that is the editor's choice. And that's the awardee that Dr. Fletcher personally choose. And let me tell you, whoever's chosen, it is straight divine because I've seen her change it right
Mhm.
before going into, because she definitely listens to God,
Mhm.
and she goes with what he tells her. And yeah, whoever get it, it is definitely a chosen award for real. Editor's Choice Award. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
And just listening about it right now just gives me chills. Everything about Archie gives me chills. I mean, it's a positive chill, guys. Let me tell you, it's just,
Well,
it's just something you
let's
gotta experience. Oh,
right. So let's since we have few minutes, anyone and everyone, all the women, sorry guys, you can't come on this cruise, but we have a virtual cruise experience, our annual conference where all the women come together. I love it. I can't wait till we have the in-person one. So that feeling that you get at the award show, it's like that at an annual conference. And it's everybody coming together. So on May 1st, go to achiOnTheSeas.eventbrite.com. We are having a virtual cruise experience. I won't give out too much, but we're going to have live food presentation. We have a private chef that's going to be cooking. We have a bartender that's going to be mixing some drinks, karaoke, just as if you was on the cruise. That's what we're going to
mm,
be doing. So we're going to have fun. We're going to have fun.
okay.
It's been so stressed and serious, and we're going to have some fun on this cruise, this virtual
Relax a
cruise
little bit.
coming up.
Okay.
Yep. So if you want to feel that sisterhood, please register and be there on May 1st for our
Awesome.
annual conference.
Awesome. Awesome. So we are close to time. So I'm going to take the time to thank everyone in the chat room. Lakia Perez is here. Welcome aboard. And thank you so much
Hey,
for
Lakia is
supporting
our DJ.
Kim.
Lakia is our
Yeah.
DJ for the karaoke, and she's also.
Okay.
You need to talk to her. You need to talk to her. She has her own radio station, Christian Life. So yes,
Mhm.
yes. Hey, see that tells you right there. Our sisters show up. They show
They
up.
do.
Yes,
They do.
I bet. I see some other people that I know. Miss Frances Money. Hey, girl. Hey. Hey.
And
Thank
so
everyone for
everyone who came
joining.
through today, thank you so much for your support. Thank you for supporting the Martine Show on Tuesdays and Thursdays, 8 p.m. EST since August 2020, and we still going strong. And we are close to finishing and commemorating the Women's
Yeah.
Month. And we are just so happy to have Miss Kim Tetterton with us for sure. Okay, we definitely could not have it without her. So we're so
Yes.
blessed to have her on. And Kim, I will definitely open the doors for you to come through again
Sure.
on the
Sure.
Martin Show to
Yeah.
keep us updated on
Maybe
you, your endeavors, as well as the organization.
maybe next
Okay.
time I can bring Dr. Fletcher with me, and we're tag team. And
Absolutely. As a matter of
yeah,
fact,
I'll
Instagram
see if
gives
I
us
can
the
get her.
opportunity where we could have 4 people on a live now.
Okay.
So
Okay.
we could definitely
Let's
make
do
that
that.
happen. You could
Let's
have
do that.
you could have the girls and Dr. Fletcher, okay?
Okay.
And
Let's do
everything.
that. Let's do
You could
that
do
now.
that. Up to 4 people
Okay.
on one live. Okay?
Okay.
For sure. Thank
Let's
you
do
so much.
that.
So we're
All
off.
right.
Take care. Have a good
All
night.
right.
Bye
Bye.
bye.
Love y'all.
Love you
Bye.
too.